What's up, guys? Flat Earth Asshole here. It's pretty imperative that I make this response video because I'm seeing a lot of people flipping out over some drama, and a lot of my true fans and friends and supporters are also flipping out. Some of them really quick to jump the gun, call me sellout. Jake, you're a liar and a sellout, and I'm unsubbing. So here's how it all went down, y'all. I was in Phoenix, the next place to the east of me, because I was going to go to Texas. The next place to the east of me, big city-wise, was Albuquerque. Figured I would roll through and meet this IPS character and do the scientific method and figure out what type of a person he was. I've been hearing a lot of things about him, good and bad. There are a lot of people saying, oh, there's this guy IPS, he's doing great things and getting a billboard funded, yada yada. And then there are people saying this guy's a shill, watch out for him. You know, he's here to sabotage the flat earth. So I like to make up my own minds about people because, as you guys all know, people say a lot of bad things about Matthew Powerland, but I went and found out about him myself, met him myself and made friends with him, made up my own mind. So I went to go meet Jack, if that's his real name, which it isn't, and I don't know his real name. And he was a nice guy. We were going to do some live chats, and he wanted to go to the dinosaur museum. I got some badass dinosaur museum footage. He's kind of quiet, so I just walked around doing my thing, making fun of the dinosaurs, taping. Awesome footage. And we go back to his crib. He says, let's do some live chats. And then he said, oh, my billboard got news attention, and they're supposed to call me for an interview tonight. And I was like, hey, good job, man. Like, wow, you got a billboard put up and an interview? I had heard about his billboard. I didn't know where it was or how long it had been up or if it had even got put up. But I heard there was a billboard going up and that this guy was crowdfunding it. So when he told me that it got news attention from an affiliate in CBS in Philadelphia, I was like, whoa, good job, dude. Yeah, and I just figured I'll step aside and let you have the interview. It wasn't my interview. I didn't put up a billboard, and it wasn't my idea at all. So it's not like I'm going to take credit for it or any attention for it. So I said, dude, I'll just stand aside when they call you, just in case they interrupt us during our live chat. So they call, of course, and I step aside to let him do his interview, and he says his name's Matt Powerland. Now, when he said it, I didn't know what to think because I thought, well, Matt's name never gets mentioned in the mainstream media. Maybe this is a good thing for his name to get out. But I also thought that maybe Jack's interview might not ever make it to TV because Matt Powerland, the name gets blocked on Facebook. It gets blocked. He says his view counts get blocked and he gets tanked with that the Matt Powerland name is blackballed, is what he tells me at least. And so I told Jack that his interview might not even make it because the name Matt Powerland is attached to it, and that if they do a check on that, they might not even air it. Sure enough, 3-4 hours later in Philadelphia, they air it on the news, and everyone starts going crazy over it. Matt blows me up on the phone and is mad, and I didn't know how he was going to react. I didn't know Matt would be as pissed off. I've never had this situation occur before where I show up to meet another YouTuber and he does a news interview, says he's my friend, and then suddenly I'm caught in the crossfire. So then I have to wonder if this whole fucking thing was set up to take out the real guy who's going around meeting real people, which sounds crazy, but I have to think of these things. Now, in the process, Matt blew up and said a lot of things about me that was not true. And since then, we have squashed it. I finally got a hold of Matthew, and we talked about it, and everything's okay, I guess. But I got to go over a number of things that Matt said about me. First and foremost, Matthew said I sold out to IPS assets. Let's get this straight. I've never done a live chat ever. This was like the first live, or super chat, excuse me. I did one live chat before, and then this is my first ever super chat. I've never done one. I tried it for the first time, and the fans are allowed to buy comments and put them on, and they stay up on the screen. Now, I guess this is like the new hip thing, like a lot of the gamers are doing it, a lot of channels are doing it, not just flat earthers, and your fans and your subs buy comments, they choose to buy comments, and they go up on the screen, and then you read their message, and it's like you're interacting with your fan base, and they pay to have their comments put up on the screen. So people were paying like $5, $10, $20, and saying, Jake, come to Minnesota. Jake, if you ever come to Louisiana, I got a place for you to stay. And so for like, $5, $10, their message goes up on the screen. I have 20,000 subs, you guys. I don't need IPS assets. I have 20,000 subs who are donating to my trip. $5, $10, $20, $30, right? And it adds up. Over a long chat, if people keep throwing small amounts at me and they're choosing to buy comments, which is weird to me, but hey, that's what they want to do. They buy comments, it goes up on the screen, I read them. And so I did this super chat for the first time, and because I'm out on the road and people know, it's not free to do this. I'm not just collecting money in my bank account. I'm out on the road with Rusty. I made it from California to Texas, driven thousands and thousands of miles. Just want you guys to know that the money I've made from the donations, in about 2 weeks, I will easily burnt it up. So I'm going to be completely transparent here. Some of my subs and friends, because of what Matthew said, are calling me a sellout. Like, Jake, you received $1,000 in a super chat. You sellout. Do you know my slave job? I made more than $1,000 every week. I did. Okay, so I left my slave job, all right? Where I made more than $1,000. You know how far $1,000 gets you when you're on the road? Not that far. Burning up about $100 a day. Every time I fill up my tank is $50. I'm out on the road. I'm driving 500, 600 miles a day. Got to fill up my tank. It's $50. Stay in a hotel room, pet-friendly room, $60 to $100, right? Food in my mouth while I'm out on the road, right? I can't always rely on flat earthers to take care of me completely along the way. It costs money. And people know this. And they're happy that I'm out doing this. And I have a loyal fan base, and they're sending me small donations that add up while I'm out on my trip. And the money is spent on this. So $1,000 at $100 a day, do the math. $100 a day gets you how far? 10 days? I plan on being out on the road about 2 to 3 weeks. So the donations that I made in that super chat will be burnt up as I drive, somewhere in the range of 10,000 miles. It's 3,000 miles across this country. And 3,000 miles to get back home, that's 6,000. And I'm not doing a straight route. I'm doing jagged, twisted routes and driving around in the city to meet people when I'm there. I'm going to do about 10,000 miles. Add that up. And then add up the meals each day. And occasional hotel rooms when I'm not going to stay with flat earthers, right? It's expensive. Have any of you ever taken a cross-country vacation before, or any lengthy vacation? It's expensive, right? And since I'm doing this, going around meeting flat earthers, and people want to help me, and then suddenly someone turns around, my friend calls me a sellout, and then everyone wants to jump on board real fast. Well, just so you know, Matthew took down his video. We have talked. He took down his video. He since went back and retracted everything he said on Facebook. And so I want you guys to know, any and all donations that I get on this trip are literally going to this trip. It is expensive. Some people think $1,000 is enough to be bought off by. Maybe you're just barely slipping through life and that's a ton of money to you. But if you're out on the road, spending $100 a day roughly, it goes very fast. And I'm being as completely transparent with you guys as possible. I've never done a super chat until that one day. Go back and look at my channel. It's all videos. Do you know that the videos now are being barely monetized at all? They barely run any ads. My Joe Rogan and Mick West videos that I did made about $20 per video. It was a hobby. It's a hobby to make $20 per video. You don't live on it. I was making about $200 a month on YouTube. You know how much Matthew was making? Less than that. So I called up Matthew and I said, bro, we don't make shit on YouTube, and this guy IPS is making a killing. He's making a killing in this super chat thing where people are buying comments. I'm like, dude, we don't get paid shit, and this guy's making bank. IPS makes more than me and Matthew combined. He showed me his numbers, right? And I thought it was crazy. I tried the super chat once and made more in one super chat than I ever did of all my videos. Does that ring a bell to you guys? Why these other channels are doing live chats all the time? Why channels are doing 24/7 live chats? But those guys aren't sellouts. But you guys want to turn around and call me a fucking sellout? Come on. My true fans didn't turn on me. My true fans and friends, you're still with me, and you guys are the ones I'm gonna meet. And when you come to meet me, I'll be as transparent as possible, and I'll talk to you guys about this whole thing if you want to. I really don't want to talk about drama. I'd rather talk about cool stuff and have fun when we meet up, which is what I've done so far. But if you guys want to talk about this, we'll talk about this. All right, so just so you guys know, the whole sellout thing, there are channels doing 24/7 live chats, doing 4 or 5 live chats a day. I did one, and my fans were gracious enough to send me multiple small amounts that added up to $1,000. IPS did not hand me $1,000, nor did his friends and fans. I have 20,000 subscribers of my own. And if you guys really want to, I took screen caps of all my friends' donations, even the little tiny ones. Jake, here's $5 for you and Rusty. Jake, come to Minnesota and you got a place to stay. You guys are the reason I'm out here doing this, all right? The reason I went out on the road is to meet you guys. And the fact you're sending me donations is the reason I'll be able to stay out on the road longer, all right? I would have had to turn around and go home quicker if I didn't get these donations. So I got to make that 100% perfectly transparent. Look how I'm living. This rich and famous lifestyle. Wait till you see my car and how dirty it is. Like, oh my God, try driving 500-600 miles a day and staying with strangers and not knowing where you are. It's not a glorious lifestyle. All right, now the next thing, I had to write a list so I could stay on track. Jack said Math's name, not me. Jack said Math's name, not me. Was I there? Yeah. Isn't it weird? The day I show up, he gets this interview, says Math's name. Weird. Yeah, I think it's weird too. I didn't say his name though. So don't get fucking mad at me. What was I supposed to do? Anticipate that and jump in front of the camera screen like it's a bullet? Like it's like they're firing a bullet? Hey, what's your name? Like I'm supposed to jump in front of the screen and go, no! It was his interview. I don't know what the hell's going on while he's doing his interview. He does the answers. He answered the interview, not me. Wasn't my interview. I didn't want to seem like I was jealous. I didn't even get it at the time. I thought maybe this would give Math Powerland the attention he deserves and his channels would get a huge spike. But I didn't know at the time. This situation has never ever occurred to me in my life. I'm living it as it happens. All right, next. So I didn't say it. He did. And I told Matt right away. When I called Matt on the phone, I was like, dude, you should be doing super chats, Matt. You would be great at super chats. I would love to watch you do a super chat, Matt. You would be so entertaining. Your fans would get to interact with you. They would actually, they would pay for comments to put on the screen when you talk to your fans. Do you know Matt's videos don't make shit? He says they get unmonetized. He doesn't make any money on his videos. That's why he posts like 1 video a month now, because he doesn't make hardly shit. Right? It turns into a hobby, and you just do it when you can. He has to go paint floors, and then he'll just make a video once in a while when he can, because it doesn't pay shit. I was calling to tell him, dude, the super chat thing, you can talk to your fans and engage with them, and it would be awesome. I think they would be super entertaining. I would be there watching and listening, and they pay money to have their comments put up there, willingly, right? And I've even since then had the people who paid for those comments contact me and say, Jake, I paid for that for you and Rusty, for your trip. I even had one guy who sent me a big donation contact me. I've got screen caps of this whole thing, you guys. I'm completely transparent. So I just want you guys to know, every one of these little tiny donations, I screen capped your name and your messages. And I know you guys are sincere, all right? Nobody bought me off with any big sum of money. It's a shitload of tiny sums and a few larger sums. And I've actually got contact with these people who've thanked me and told me, hey man, I totally am here supporting your trip. Don't let this drama get you down. And I'm trying not to. All right, next thing. Matthew said that they don't block my channel and people don't get unsubbed from my channel. People get unsubbed from this channel all the time, unwillingly, right? They send me screen caps. Do you guys know I made a video called What the Fuck is Up with YouTube? What the fuck is up with YouTube? It's on my channel. Scroll back and watch it. Do you know what that video contains? It contains screen caps of people subbed to my channel saying that they've been unsubbed to my channel multiple times. So that's not true. People get unsubbed from my channel all the time. All right? And then Matthew said I had a car full of pot while I'm headed to Texas. All right, in case any of you guys don't know, I do like to smoke pot from time to time, and when I'm going across country, I want a little bit of pot. I don't have a car full of pot. I'm down to less than a ½ ounce of pot. I'm running out of damn pot. I'm gonna need some more pot on this trip. So now basically, I feel like I have a target painted on my back while I'm here in Texas, as if I have a car full of pot, when I'm actually down to less than 1 ounce of pot. Once again, being completely transparent with you guys. So, go check for yourself. Matt took down the video about me. If you have access to his Facebook, he left a really, really, really long response about how we're still friends and how this whole thing was an operation. And to tell you the truth, this whole thing's getting really weird as far as other YouTubers. So I think I'm going to avoid other YouTubers and just meet my friends and fans. In fact, I'm done with this drama. So if you guys keep showing up and asking me about it, like, unless you meet me in person, I'm just done with it. So you can leave comments about it all you want. I've pretty much addressed everything I needed to in this video, and I'm being as 100% transparent as possible. If you guys want to come meet me, I'm going to Dallas-Fort Worth area tonight. I'll be there tomorrow as well. I'm going to set up a Dallas-Fort Worth gathering, and you can come talk to me yourself, and man, I'll tell you anything you want to know. But as far as this goes, I wanted to get that straight, that IPS never bought me off. I got a series of small donations from my fans for this trip. Being out on the road is expensive. It's not free. And I appreciate each and every one of you who sent a donation, large or small, in any sort. I appreciate that a lot. And it is totally helping me get from here to the East Coast and then back home. And I'm going to disassociate myself with Jack until further notice. He was a nice guy. He let me and Rusty, hang at his crib. We did some chats together, and we talked, and he was a good host. But apparently he's a former Mason, and he admitted to me he's former military, and I don't know, I just can't trust the guy. But he was nice to me while I was there, so I'm gonna distance myself from these characters because I can't trust them. And like I said, I'm done with the drama. So you folks who don't like the drama, me neither. And so I'm going to just start showing you guys all the fun footage I have, and just keep this trip going as far as me meeting flat earthers and having fun, because that's what it was all about. And this drama thing has kind of thrown a monkey wrench into the whole situation, and I'm just going to ignore it. And I said some things about Matt that I can't take back. He said some things about me that he can't take back. So we're working past that. Me and him are still cool, but right now I gotta separate myself from this junk and say, hey, that's between y'all. Matt, you wanna have this out with IPS? Go for it, dude. You take him to court, sue him, do whatever you want to do. This is not me. I didn't say Matt's name. I drove my ass out of Albuquerque that very next morning, and I'm done with it. So that's my side of the story, and that's 100% the truth. I can't be any more truthful or transparent than that. And so I just want you guys to know I am the real deal. Part of the reason I went around doing this is to prove to you I'm the real deal, and in the process make myself bulletproof. And I have to wonder if these situations are arising to try to discredit me, because that's about the only thing they can do at this point. So anyway, I'm gonna keep my guard up. I'm watching to see if anyone's following me, and these flat earthers I meet, if you guys make hand signals and get weird, I'm gonna start calling you out, because it's just getting too obvious now. It's like, IPS had all his hand signals and his imagery, and he explained that like, oh, I do that on purpose. So when people call me a shill, I can just be like, yep, I am, so whatever. And I thought maybe that was a cool explanation, but now, dude, I can't trust anybody or any of this shit. So if you come to meet me and you have like on some sort of Illuminati symbolism shit, I'm gonna call you out. I'm gonna like fucking say something about it. So please don't come to meet me with Illuminati shit on or flash signals at me. I know some of you guys are cool and you don't mean it that way, or you're like mocking the Illuminati by doing it, but You know, like I had one guy show up to meet me and he's a super cool guy, but you know, people saw that he had a symbol on his hat, and then it's like it comes back bad on me. So I gotta try to avoid all this shit, and I just want to come out and meet you guys and have fun. And yeah, me and Rusty are for real. I'm the real guy that infiltrated this movement. I think Matt's real. Other than that, man, I don't know. Other than that, I don't know these people, and I think I'm just gonna surround myself with real people, my real fans and subs, and just focus on this trip, having fun, positive energy. So there you go. That's it, y'all. Take it or leave it. If you don't want to support me on my trip, don't send me money. If you want to be mad at me and think I'm a liar, go ahead. But I'm going to keep posting what I'm doing on this trip and proving to you guys that I'm the real dude in this situation. And anyone and everyone who's stuck with me from the beginning or has been supporting me on this trip, I cannot thank you enough. You guys are the reason I'm out doing this. And I sincerely can't wait to shake your hand and talk to you.